Lots of celebrities love to buy and sell their luxury homes, but none more so than comedian and TV host Ellen DeGeneres. She and wife Portia DeRossi have been investing in high-end homes for almost 2 decades, and they've made some seriously smart real estate moves. So we're tallying up their trades to find out just how well their real estate portfolio has done. Back in 2003, just as The Ellen Show was starting out, DeGeneres bought a 4-bed, 4-bath home in the Hollywood Hills for $6 million. She fixed the house up and sold it to fellow comedian Will Ferrell in 2006 for $9 million. In 2004, DeGeneres picked up another home in the Hills for $1.275 million. This one had 2,500 feet of outdoor entertaining space on a lot that was less than half an acre, earning the nickname the Treehouse. She sold it to late actor Heath Ledger in 2005 for $2.1 million, netting $825K from the sale. In 2007, DeGeneres and now wife DeRossi picked out a 6,900 square foot Spanish colonial mansion in Montecito for $15.75 million. They flipped it in less than a year to then Google CEO Eric Schmidt for $20 million, making a tidy $4.25 million profit. 2008 was a busy year for the DeGeneres-DeRossi family. The pair bought a $29 million property in Beverly Hills, plus 2 surrounding homes, got married there in August, and then picked up a horse ranch in Thousand Oaks for $8.5 million. They lived in the Beverly Hills compound until 2012, when it was sold to Ryan Seacrest for $37 million. It's on the market today if you've got $75 million laying around. The pair held onto the ranch for about 5 years, selling it for $10.85 million in 2013. In 2011, DeGeneres and DeRossi picked up a beach house from another famous duo. Brangelina's Malibu beach house sold for $12 million, but they didn't relax at the beach for long. The 4,100 square foot home sold in 2012 for $13 million. Also in 2012, Ellen and Portia purchased the 8,000 square foot Scoris estate for $17.4 million. They traded it in for $20 million in late 2013. That year, the duo found a romantic Wallace Frost designed 17-acre estate in Montecito for $26.5 million. They sold that one 4 years later in 2017 for a reported $34 million. Then in 2014, Ellen and Portia made a major bet in Holmby Hills. They snagged the Brody House, which has been called the best home in LA, for $40 million, and sold it just 6 months later to Napster founder Sean Parker for a whopping $55 million. Meanwhile, they made what was maybe their only losing gamble. That was on a pair of condos at Beverly West, a high-end building near Los Angeles Country Club. They bought the condos for $13.2 million, combined them, and then sold them at a loss for $11.85 million in 2017. Amazingly, that seems to have been the pair's only significant loss on an investment. In 2015, Ellen and Portia snagged a Beverly Hills villa for $16 million, which they sold for $35 million in 2018, clinching an amazing $19 million profit, and then went on to make 2 major purchases in 2017, snapping up the Rancho San Leandro in Montecito for $7.2 million and an oceanfront estate in Carpinteria for $18.6 million. The ranch property, which includes 2 homes, 5.8 acres, and a 4-stall horse stable, sold to Tinder founder Sean Rad less than a year later for $11 million. And the Carpinteria manse went for $23 million in 2019. Are you starting to see a pattern here? In 2018, the couple bought yet another Beverly Hills mansion, this one for $15 million, and sold it less than a year later for $15.5 million. The pair also purchased a Santa Barbara ranch in 2018, this one for $6.7 million, and once again sold it about a year later, this time to Nickelodeon president Brian Robbins for $6.98 million. The trend continued in 2019 as DeGeneres and DeRossi bought the Salt Hill Estate, a Balinese-style home in Montecito for $27 million, and flipped it for $33.3 million in 2020. And now we get to their biggest buy so far. In May of 2019, rocker Adam Levine and model Bahati Prinsloo put their Beverly Hills mansion on the market, and Ellen and Portia snapped it up for $42.5 million. But the biggest bets don't necessarily mean the biggest rewards. The house sold in March of 2021, reportedly for close to $47 million, a tidy $4.5 million profit, but not their biggest payday. With a house buying habit like this, even a pandemic couldn't slow DeGeneres down. In 2020, she and DeRossi bought a 3-bedroom Tudor in Montecito for $3.6 million. And this home is no modern interpretation. It's an actual 1700s English Tudor mansion, brought over from Europe in the 1980s. DeGeneres fixed it up and sold it promptly to pop princess Ariana Grande for $6.75 million. The star was recently married in the historic home. And this brings us to the 4 homes DeGeneres apparently owns now. She bought one, a 16,000 square foot, 4.3 acre estate in Montecito in an off-market all-cash deal that was reported at $49 million, the second highest price ever for a home in that area. Then, in May of this year, she and DeRossi apparently had some seller's remorse as they repurchased the Rancho San Leandro for $14.3 million. Remember, they'd originally bought it for $7.2 back in 2017. In June, the couple bought a mid-century modern home close to Butterfly Beach for just $2.9 million. And on September 1st, the pair purchased another mid-century modern, this one for $8.5 million in Beverly Hills. That brings their current holdings to more than $74 million worth of real estate, and over time, they've owned more than $450 million worth. If we just look at their profits, they've made over $82 million, minus renovation and holding costs. Real estate is clearly about more than just home for Ellen and Portia. It's become a major revenue stream.